Hi, and welcome to another episode of Stay Home and Yoga Strong. And today is, like all days, about self-care, which I think is self-love, which I believe is an essential business. So today's hour together is the act of self-care and self-love, which is absolutely essential. So good job joining me. So you got your mat or whatever you're gonna sit on. We're gonna start seated. So go ahead and have a seat. If sitting cross-legged is uncomfortable, maybe bolster yourself up, sit on a pillow or roll up a towel, lifting your hips above your knees. Will give you maybe a little bit more space to sit up tall, your spine nice and tall. And then lifting the crown of your head up toward the ceiling. And at the same time, ground yourself down. So you're grounded and lifted. Softening your gaze, or maybe closing your eyes, and taking a moment to arrive on your mat in your body. You in your own skin, with your own breath, your own thoughts, your own body. And maybe take a moment and just notice how you're feeling today, what it is you'd like to get out of this next hour. Sometimes having a vision for what you want enables you to get it. Or maybe you're just open to whatever happens and see how you feel when you start moving. Maybe you'll feel motivated to move more. Maybe it feels good to push yourself and do more than you thought you could. Or maybe you know that today is a better day to just hang back and maybe skip all the push-ups. So only you know what's best for you. So I trust that you will do what's best for you. Moving into your breath, allow your ribs to expand and your belly to soften when you inhale fully all the way to the top, and a long exhale all the way to the bottom. Every time you exhale, see what you can release. Let your exhales be a little bit longer than your inhales. Taking the time to soften your jaw, soften your eyes or your brow or your lips. Every time you exhale, maybe your shoulders can come back down a little bit further away from your ears, but your spine is still reaching tall. So rooted and lifted. Maybe this next inhale, you open your mouth and sigh it all out. We're going to start with some seated stretches to move our spine, getting everything warmed up. Place your hands on your knees and round your spine as a seated cat pose. Draw your nose into your navel, separating your shoulder blades, maybe pressing your navel towards your spine, really round and curving through the front of your belly. And as you inhale, draw your chest through your shoulders, lifting your chin, lifting your gaze, keeping your low ribs down so you're not hinging, your ribs aren't flaring up, your ribs are staying down. Your chest and chin lift up, and exhale, round. Maybe holding onto your knees as you rock yourself back. One more time, lifting through chin and chest. And coming back to neutral spine. Place your right hand down on your mat. Lift your left fingertips straight up, feeling a stretch from your hip to your fingertips. And exhale, tipping over to the right, pressing down with your right palm to keep your left hip grounded. Maybe gazing up to the ceiling, coming back to center and switching sides. Right fingertips reach up first, and then exhale, tipping over to the left, keeping the right hip grounded. Lifting up, back through center. A nice, easy, gentle twist. Left hand to your right knee, right hand behind. Inhale tall first, that spine really grows long. And exhale nice and easy, twisting over towards the right shoulder. So your ribs rotate first, and then your neck and head are last. Coming back through center, switching sides, nice and easy to begin with. Just working out the kinks, getting our bodies ready to move. Coming back to center, place both hands behind you. Inhale tall, a little bit of a back bend here. Draw your shoulder blades together. Really lift your chest, your chin up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, forward fold over your bent knees, using your hands to support you. Rolling yourself up, If you're cross-legged, switching the cross so the other leg is in front. And one more time, inhale, lifting up, bit of a back bend. And exhale, rolling forward. Rolling yourself all the way up, and then finding yourself lying down on your mat with your knees bent. Your feet are about hip width apart. Clasp your hands behind your head. Elbows are slightly lifted. Press your mid-back down into the mat and your low ribs down towards your pelvis. So your core is engaged front to back, side to side. Draw your shoulder blades down to your waist. Everything nice and strong. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your chin and chest up toward the ceiling, keeping your chin untucked. Squeeze at the top. Keep that tension as you slowly lower your head and shoulders back down. So those low ribs don't pop up as you lower down. There's no relaxing at the bottom. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's do 3 more. Go ahead and stack your knees over your hips, flex your feet, your shins are parallel to the floor. Press your mid back down, press those low ribs down. Let's do 5 more. The closer your knees are to your chest, maybe the easier it is to keep your low back pressed down. The further your knees are away, the more you have to work with your core. Last one. And moving into a slow bicycle, we'll do 5. So it's the ribs moving towards the opposite thigh, not so much the elbows. You're not pulling on your neck. 3, 2, pause when your left knee is in and your right ribs are pulling towards, holding here. And 5 more. Squeeze. Squeeze those ribs towards that opposite thigh. And pause when the right knee is in and the left ribs are pulling. Keep holding, warming up the core. And 5 more. Left knee is in, right ribs are pulling. Pause here. Option to lift your right leg straight up and press your heel down like you're pressing through molasses. So you're not just dropping your leg. Inhale up and exhale, lower down. You're really pressing down with your leg, using your core to maintain that nice, slow, steady speed. 5 more bicycles. So right knee is in, left ribs are pulling. Hold here. Option to lift the left leg and slowly press your heel down towards the floor. Inhale up, exhale, lower down. 1 more time. And let's do a full round of 10 strong, solid bicycles. 3, 2, 1, and relax your head down. Keep your knees bent. Press your palms into your thighs and your thighs back into your palms. So that should engage your core just like that. Super strong, press in and push away. Keep your left leg and your left hand pressing, and inhale, open your right leg and your right arm behind. And come back to center. See if you can keep that spinal stability. So you're looking for midline stability. The only thing moving is the same leg and the same arm. Back to the right. Inhale, open. Exhale, press back together. Keep pressing the right hand and right thigh. Left leg, left arm. Back to center. 1 more time, each side. Press. Inhale, open. Exhale, come back and press. Last one. And press. Hands back behind your head. Press your feet up toward the ceiling. We're going to pulse 3 times, lifting your tailbone, using your lower abs. 3, 2, 1, and slowly both heels come down towards the floor. Keeping your low back, mid back pressed down. If this is too challenging, keep your knees bent or don't lower your legs as far. And again, knees in, feet press up for 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower your heels down. Nice and slow, using your core as your brake. Last time. 3, 2, 1, and slow down we go. Option to lift your head and shoulders and hold here for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo. Rocking your knees side to side. Extend your right leg long. Keep your left knee pulled into your chest, circling your ankle one direction and then the opposite. Inhale, open your knee up to the left. And exhale, come across your body, full body twist. Coming back to center, both knees hug in. Hold on to the right, extend your left leg. Same thing, circling your ankle. Inhale, open your knee up to the right. And exhale, come across your body to the left. Coming back to center, hug both your knees in and rock yourself up and over onto all fours. Finding tabletop position. Neutral spine, your wrists are stacked over or under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Inhale, drop your belly, tailbone lifts, chest lifts, cow pose. And exhale, round your spine, cat pose. Separating your shoulder blades, pressing the mat away from you, nose in towards your navel. Moving back and forth through these two movements. Working the whole spine through flexion and extension. Moving with your own breath. Pausing if there's one or the other position that feels really good. Back to neutral spine and press back to child's pose. Hips towards your heels, fingertips walk toward the front of your mat. Really walk your fingertips forward, maybe coming up onto spider fingers so your palms are hollow. Pressing down with your fingertips and drawing your fingers towards your knees so you're activating through your armpits. Plant your palms and roll yourself forward to extended tabletop. Top of a push-up from your knees, not letting your belly sag. Nice and strong here. Pulling your wrists towards your knees. Inhale at the top and exhale nice and slow, lowering down all the way to the floor. Pressing down with your palms to peel your chest forward into cobra pose, baby cobra. Elbows are pulling together and down towards your waist. Shoulders are away from your ears. And exhale down. And pressing back to child's pose. Nice and strong, lifting up and all the way back. So when you press up from the floor, don't leave your belly button behind. Pull it up first. Again, same thing, extended tabletop. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down. Inhaling up to baby cobra, chest reaches forward, toes reaching back, and exhale down. Pressing up from your belly button first, nice strong back to child's pose. One more time, extended tabletop, or maybe you're in plank. On your toes, same thing, nice and strong, wrists pulling towards your toes or your knees. Inhale at the top, exhale slow all the way down. Uncurl your toes, inhale up to baby cobra or maybe full cobra, extending your arms, shoulders away from your ears. All the way back down and press back to child's pose. Navel lifts up first, nice and strong, warming up our arms. From here, moving into our first downward dog. Curl your toes under, lifting your hips. Hips press towards your heels and then up toward the sky with your knees bent. So there's a bend in your knee. You can really focus on the length in your spine. The space between your wrists and your tailbone. Maybe walking your dog, bending one knee, lifting one heel, then the other. Warming up through the backs of our legs. Coming back to a still downward dog. Come up onto your toes, heels lift. Chest presses back, hips lift up maybe higher. And exhale, heels float down to the mat. Rolling forward into plank. You can always take plank and push-ups from your knees. That's always an option for you. Let's add a single push-up. Inhale down. Exhale up and back to downward dog. When we get going, there's quite a few push-ups. You can do them all. You can do more, or you can skip them entirely, holding plank, or taking a break in child's pose. Lots of options. Do what's best for you. Floating forward into plank. Let's do 2 push-ups. Inhale down. Exhale up. Meeting in plank from knees or toes. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down. Extending your arms slightly wider than shoulder width. Press the tops of your feet down. Lift your arms up. Keeping your low ribs down so your core is still on. What's lifting you up is the strength of your back, your upper back, your mid back, not your low back. And lower down. And And again, lifting up. And exhale, drive your elbows down to your waist and slightly behind. Extend your arms and lower down. Hands on either side of your ribs, curl your toes under from knees or toes, press up and back to downward dog. Bend your knees deeply. Walk your way to the top of your mat, find forward fold. Feet are about hip width apart. Bend in your knees so you can focus on that spinal lengthening. And it's not about straight legs, it's about lengthening through your spine, using gravity to pull on the top of your head. Relax the back of your neck. Hands on your shins for support. Begin to straighten your legs as you come to a flat back, gazing straight down so the back of your neck is nice and long. And exhale back to that forward fold, bending your knees as much as you want. Hands on your shins or thighs, flat back. Exhale into chair, hips drop, chest lifts, arms out for counterbalance, knees and feet pulling away. Press down to rise up, rooted down and lifting up. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold, all the way down. Release your head, release your neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to downward dog. Next time you inhale, lift your right heel up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee, coming forward into plank arms. Bring your hips low so you're in a one-legged plank and your nose is drawing towards your knee, just like cat pose. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, bring your right foot between your hands and the back knee comes down into a 90-90 lunge. So the back knee is right underneath the back hip. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, holding on to your left forearm with your right hand, lifting up through your armpit and exhale over to the side, tipping over to the right side. Inhale, lifting your arms up and exhale, hands down, walk that back knee back. Curl your toes under and lift that back knee and draw your feet together. So you go for strength. Whenever we stretch, we also add strength. So the back knee is going to tap down and press up. 2 more times. Moving into extended pyramid. The front knee straightens, drawing your nose towards your leg, and that back heel presses down towards the mat. Front knee bends. And exhale, front leg straightens. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bend in that front knee. Keep the left hand on your mat. Inhale, scoop your right fingertips up into a twist. Bend your elbow, place your hand on the back of your head. Inhale up. Exhale, drop your elbow down towards the floor. That's the move. Press your elbow back, strengthening through the back, and exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Keep drawing your feet together, building that strength. Release your right hand down onto the mat. Pivot the back foot down, lifting the left arm, twisting to the opposite side. Pressing down through that front heel, come up into warrior 2. Keep a bend in that front knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing your front foot. Front foot to meet the back. Let's do 3 push-ups. Inhale down, exhale up. Remember, you can always take these from your knees. You can always skip them. Nice and strong, moving with a strong plank. Inhale at the top and exhale down through your back bend of choice. You can always skip these back bends if they're too much for your shoulders. Do every other one, whatever works for you. And back to downward dog. Next inhale, lift your left heel up and back. Left knee to nose, plank arms, cat back, round, strong through your core. Inhale up and back, and exhale, bring your left foot between your hands. The back knee comes down to that 90-90 lunge. Inhale, lift up. Hold on to your left forearm, right forearm with your left hand. Lift your fingertips up and tipping over to the left. Coming back through center, hands down, walk your back knee back. Curl your toes under and lift your knees and draw your feet together. The back knee taps down. and presses up for 3, 2, 1. From runner's lunge to extended pyramid. That front knee straightens, nose moves towards your thigh. Inhale forward, exhale, press back. One more time. Meaning again, in that runner's lunge, draw your feet together. The right hand stays down, the left arm lifts up. Bending at the elbow, hand behind your head. Inhale up, exhale, drop your elbow down. Press your elbow back, drop your elbow down. 2 more. Release your left hand, pivot your right foot, finding a twist to the opposite side. Right hand lifts, pressing down through that front heel to find warrior 2. Keep a bend in that front knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing your front foot to meet the back. In plank, we're going to lower to the count of 5. Nice and slow and strong. Come down to your knees if you need to. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uncurl your toes, extend your arms. Keep your core on as you lift your arms straight up, and then drive your elbows back slightly behind you, like you're trying to tap your elbows together. Extend your arms straight and lower down. And that's it. Lifting up, drive your elbows back, extend your arms, and lower down. If it troubles your low back, don't lift your chest, just lift your arms. Drive your elbows, extend your arms, and lower down. We've got 3 more. Really focusing on your back muscles, your upper and middle back, strengthening the space between your shoulder blades. Driving your elbows down using the strength of your lats. And 1 more. Squeeze. Hands on either side of your ribs. Curl your toes under. Press up and back to downward dog. Big exhale when you get there. Bend your knees, walk your feet, top of your mat, forward fold. Release your head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale through that nice strong chair. Knees are pulling away. Press down to rise up. Big inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your right heel up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Round your spine. 2 more like that. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, up and back. Last time, knee to chest. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, bring your right foot between your hands, coming up to a high lunge. So the front knee is bent, the back heel is lifted. Walking your back foot a little bit closer so there's a bend in your back knee. So the back knee is going to hover down and the elbows are going to drive down at the same time. And we're going to hold here at the bottom. We're going to pause here for 3 seconds. Inhale, lifting up so the front knee can stay bent. It's the back knee and the elbows that are bending. Squeezing your feet together, hovering your back knee down, pausing at the bottom. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drive, pulling your feet together. So this is not a passive movement. This is really pulling down, like you have a band. Really stretching the band, using the strength of your lats. Squeeze at the bottom. Squeeze. Keep those low ribs down. When your arms go up, those low ribs like to go up too. So using your core as well. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze. Last one. Building up some heat. Inhale up, and we're going to move into projected lunge. So the back leg is straight, the front knee bends, and you're projecting your torso over your front bent thigh. Arms can be tracking your ears. They can be hands at your heart. They can be extended at your side. And we're going to hold here. So most of the weight is on your front foot. Very little weight on your back toes. Draw your feet together. Keep breathing. Inhale up to high lunge. And exhale, hands down to your mat, front foot to meet your back. Nice. Moving into side plank, you can drop your left knee and stack your right hip over your left, so the bottom knee is like a kickstand, or you can keep both legs extended, stacking or staggering your feet. Maybe lift your top leg up. Maybe we add crunches. Inhale long, exhale crunch knee and elbow together. Keep pressing down nice and strong through that bottom hand, so you're not collapsing into that shoulder. Let's do 2 more. Back to regular plank, and then switch sides. Again, you can drop the right knee, using it as a kickstand, or extend both legs. Maybe lift the top leg, maybe add those crunches. 3 more. Last one. Back to plank. Let's do a push-up. Inhale down. I like just sort of peppering them in. Exhale up. Moving either straight to downward dog or through the back bend of your choice. And back to downward dog. Same thing, second side, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee, cat back. And 2 more, just like that. Inhale up, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up, knee to nose. Last time, all the way up, and exhale, left foot between your hands, coming up into a high lunge. That back foot walks forward, a little bend in the back knee. Same thing, the back knee hovers and the elbows come slightly behind your chest and down. Squeezing your feet together, we hold at the bottom. Inhale up, exhale down. Lifting up and driving down. See if you can keep your jaw soft, keep your face soft, keep your breathing slow and steady. See what you can relax, even in the face of all of this effort. Where can you find ease? Let's do 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Inhale up and exhale, projecting forward so the front knee bends, the back leg stays nice and strong, but relaxed. Strong but relaxed. Easy on those back toes. More of the weight on your front foot. Draw your feet together. Keep breathing. Inhale up to a high lunge. And exhale, hands down to your mat, front foot to meet the back. In plank, we have nice, slow, steady mountain climbers. So it's just driving your knee to your chest, the way that we did before, but we're alternating. So you can go nice and slow and steady. See if you can do this without your hips bouncing and keeping your shoulders nicely stacked over your wrist. You can take it up a notch if you want to build up a little bit of heat, or slow and steady. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing in your plank from knees or toes. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down to your belly. Extend your arms at your side. Pressing the tops of your feet down into your mat, lifting up into locust. So your chest lifts forward and up, keeping your low ribs down. Again, so your low back is quiet. It's opening through your chest, using your upper and mid back. Maybe the tops of your feet lift, engaging your glutes and your hamstrings. Riding the waves of your breath. Inhale and exhale, release. Hands on either side of your ribs, making our way back to downward dog. From knees or toes all the way back with a big exhale. Bend your knees, make your way to the top of your mat with a hop, skip, or a jump. Release your head, release your neck. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, chair. Nice and strong, knees and feet are pulling away. Press down to rise all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to downward dog. Next inhale, lift your right heel up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Pause here. Tap your knee straight down to your mat and lift straight back up to your chest. 2 more. Squeeze at the top. Squeeze at the top. Inhale, up and back, 3-legged dog. And exhale, right foot between your hands, coming up to a high lunge. So we're going to reverse the movements. We're going to do that projected lunge first. So project your torso over your thigh and drive your elbows back. So pressing your chest through your arms, and your elbows are down at your waist. So you're again using the strength of your back. Inhale, straighten your front knee and your arms straight. Exhale, drive and hold at the bottom. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, drive and hold. 3 more. See if you can put a little bit more weight on that front foot, less weight on those back toes. Last 2. Hold. Squeeze your elbows. Last 1. And inhale up to a high lunge. Walk those back toes back. Back to that back knee down and elbows down. We're going to hold here for 1. 1 count, not 1 second. Inhale up to a high lunge and exhale, hands to your mat, front foot to meet the back. Option for a single leg plank. Option to add some push-ups. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's do 2 more. Moving through your back bend or straight to downward dog. Maybe you're still single leg till you get to your back bend. Meeting in downward dog. Second side, same thing. Inhale, lift your left heel up and back. Knee to chest, nose to knee, and pause. Tapping your knees straight down. Press up. Again. Last time. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left foot between your feet, no, hands. Coming up to a high lunge. And project. Elbows straight back. Squeeze. Feet come together. More weight on that front foot. Inhale, straighten your front leg and your arms. Exhale, drive your chest forward. And again, inhale. Exhale, drive and hold. Maybe each time you project, you have more weight on your front foot. Inhale, exhale, drive. Let's do 3 more. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Okay, last time. Straighten, maybe even more weight on your front foot. Maybe your back toes are just there, barely touching your mat. Inhale, high lunge. Back foot a little bit closer. Exhale, back knee down. Elbows come down. Squeeze at the bottom and hold. Soften your breath. Soften your face. Soften your mind. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands down. Front foot to meet the back. Maybe back to that single leg plank. Maybe 4 push-ups. Exhale as you press up. That's 2. 1. Inhale at the top and exhale all the way down to your belly. All the way down. Back to those broken rows. Arms are extended. Feet pressing down. Lifting your arms up. And exhale, drive your elbows back. Lifting your chest if it's okay in your back. Extend your arms and lower down. Lift up. Elbows drive. Arms extend. Lower down. One more, just like that. Lifting up and bend, extend and down. Lifting up, drive your elbows and squeeze and hold. And relax, hands at your side. Curl your toes under, making your way back to downward dog. Bend your knees, making your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Release your head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chair. Press down to rise up. Big inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart. So we're going to move into a wide-legged stance. Not really wide, so medium width. For most people, maybe as wide or a little bit wider than your mat. Heels in, toes out. Your chest is lifted. Squat down. Maybe your hands reach, maybe they don't. If your heels come up, maybe widen your stance. See if you can get your heels on the ground. Your chest is lifted. From here, moving into a wide-legged forward fold. So straightening your legs and folding forward. Coming back to that wide squat. Chest lifts. And exhale, forward fold. So if this movement doesn't work in your body, modify it. Make something out of this movement that works for you. We're warming up our squat, getting ready for some burpees. Slow burpees. We're not gonna go crazy on our burpees. Slow burpees, kind of like a slow down sun salutation. That's my theory anyway. All right, next time you're squatting, your chest is lifted. Press down through your feet to rise all the way up. Pressing your knees out as you go, so nice and strong through your legs. Okay, maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer. We're gonna do those slow burpees. So squat down, hands plant on your mat, step back, either to a plank or keeping your knees slightly bent so you're not letting your belly sag. Step back to that squat position and stand up. So that's it. Squat down, step back, step up, gazing forward, stand all the way up. So maybe instead of a step back, you have a hop back, and maybe you hop forward. So this is whatever works best in your body. If it feels better to keep your knees bent so that your belly's not sagging, that's great. If you can keep your core nice and tight when you hop back to a full plank, that works too. So long as your belly's not sagging. So you don't want to feel this in your low back tomorrow. So the next game you can play if you want to is to spend less time with your feet out. So the back of your mat is hot lava. So we're not gonna go faster than this. This is just warming all of our body up. The fast comes next. Let's do 5 more. Your pace, your burpee. Everything's on, everything's working. And standing all the way up when you stand up. 2 more. Last one. And up. Okay, go ahead and shake it out. So now we're gonna get a little bit crazy. This is the hit portion. I get my timer. It's 8 seconds. No, 8 rounds. 10 seconds of work. No. 20 seconds of work. 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. We'll get there. Okay, so I'm gonna change our music. And the movements are gonna be squat and then squat. So it's your squat, your depth, your speed, but it's your 100%. Okay, next beep is a go. Is 20 seconds of work at 100% of your effort. Okay, when you squat, chest is lifted, knees pressing out. You don't want your knees collapsing in. Whether you're going fast or slow, deep or shallow, that's the deal. Chest up, knees press out. Standing all the way at the top, all the way up. Here's the thing, when it beeps, we're gonna do a squat hold. So get down in a squat and hold for 10 seconds. This is the rest. And now we're back to squats. So if the stop squat doesn't work for you, if you need to take a break, take a break. But just see what you can do when you challenge yourself. See what your body can do when you ask it to. pause, stop squat. See if you can relax your breath, relax your face, even with all this effort. And back to the squats. So it might get a little hard. That's the idea, actually. That's the design of this portion, is to be hard. So I feel it. I feel you. We're in it together. And stop squat. Keep breathing. We got this. Oh, halfway. Is that right? No, that was only 3. How can that be? Woo! We got this, you guys. Dig a little deep. Feel that burn. Get a little mighty. Here we go. Stop squat. All right, this is halfway. Woo! Yeah. And squat. Woo! Taking a break whenever you need to on those pauses so you can really dig deep on these squats. Oh, it seemed like a good idea at the time. It's hard, yeah? We're doing it though. We're getting through it. All right. Stop squat. Stop squat. Here we go. Woo! Keep pressing those knees out. Keep that core on. No sagging in your belly. Another round of 20. We're getting near the end. It's getting tough, getting tired. Don't lose your form. It's time to get even more focused, more determined. Just keep ripping them out. And stop squat. Woo! Oh my goodness. Soften, soften, soften. And go. Woo! All right, this is the second to last one. Notoriously a killer, because we're not quite at the end, but we're so close. Almost there. Don't give up. We're in this together. And stop squat. All right, last round of squats coming up. We got this, 100%, whatever you got left, give it up. Ready, here we go. 20 seconds. You got more? Can you go a little turbo? The last bit is a little longer than 10 seconds. And we're gonna hold it. Almost there. Keep going. Oh yeah. And last one. Keep going to the end of the beat. You got this. Think happy thoughts. Think strength, determination, intensity, brilliance, beautiful, strong. Rah! Done. Woo! Ah, we did it. Okay, grab some water, grab some air, move around a little bit, and I will meet you back on our mats. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're bringing it back down. Coming back to yoga. Bringing it back to movement with breath. Standing tall on your mat, maybe closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And taking a moment to go inward like we did at the beginning. To just notice how you're feeling in this moment. Feel the bottoms of your feet. Grounded, solid, rooting down. And then follow the line up through your spine to the top of your head, reaching up. Rooted down and reaching up. Inhale your arms up over your head, palms touch. Slow exhale, hands to your heart, slowing it down. Come back to the bottoms of your feet. Root down. Inhale, sweep your arms up, lifting your spine. And exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, our first balance pose is going to be standing pigeon. If you need a wall or something to support you, go there. We're balancing on your right foot, keeping that long line of energy from your foot to the crown of your head, crossing your left ankle over your right knee. flexing your left toes, shifting your hips back and then down. So your knee is still over your ankle. You're not hitching forward. Bending at your waist, maybe, folding forward. So you're not rounding your spine, keeping your chest open, just like baby cobra. If it feels okay to round your spine over, maybe extend your fingertips toward the floor. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Coming back up, long straight spine, all the way up, and moving right into, what are we doing? Warrior 3. So the back toes point back, tipping at your waist, hinging at your hips, keeping your chest open. Again, just like baby cobra. Your shoulder blades are on your back. The back toes are down as your heel lifts, keeping your hips both pointed down towards the floor. Staying here, or maybe folding forward into standing splits. Hands maybe reach the floor, maybe a slight bend in your knees. Your back heel stays lifting up. Your toes are still pointing down. Bringing your elevated foot down to the floor, forward fold. Balancing the energy between both feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale through chair. Press down to rise up. Big inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart. Okay, second side. Grounding through the bottom of your left foot. Lifting your right foot and crossing it over your knee. Flexing your right toes. Your hips shift back and then down. Your spine can stay long, chest lifted. If it feels okay to round your spine, extend your arms. Maybe they reach the floor, maybe they don't. Coming back up and standing all the way up and moving into Warrior 3. The right toes go back, pointing down. Your chest lowers but stays open. Hips are pointing down. Stay here, or maybe moving into standing splits. Hands come down, drawing your nose towards your leg. The back toes still stay down. So you're not stacking your hips are still square to the floor. The elevated foot comes down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale into chair. Press down to rise up. Big inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale into dolphin pose. So dolphin pose is like downward dog, but you're on your forearms. So your hips are up, your lower body's in downward dog, but your upper body is in a forearm stance. Clasp your hands together, so your elbows and your hands are a triangle. Shifting yourself forward, so we're doing dolphin push-ups. So you're in a plank on your forearms, and then pressing back to dolphin. Inhale, shifting forward, your hips drop, and exhale, pressing back. And again, let's do 3 more. Inhale forward, exhale, press back. Last time. Press back and release your clasped hands. Your forearms are now parallel to one another. Your palms are pressing down into the mat. Walk your toes closer to your elbows. Pressing your chest back through your arms. Maybe lifting one leg. Preparing for a forearm stand. Maybe you can bounce a little bit. Lifting up, getting some air underneath your left toes. And switching sides when you're ready. If this is your game, if this is what you're up to. Both toes down. Pressing down for your palms to find downward dog. Nice job. Inhale, lift your right heel up and back. And exhale, bring your right foot between your hands, pivoting the back foot, finding Warrior 2. Front knee is bent, pressing towards pinky toe side. Your feet are pulling together. Your arms are pulling away, and your shoulders are relaxed down your back. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Front palm lifts, and presses behind. And exhale, find side angle. Placing your arm on your front bent thigh or reaching down towards the floor. Back arm lifts up out of your armpit and then tracks over your ear. Inhale, reverse. Keep a bend in that front knee. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel your hands, frame your front foot. The back heel pops up into runner's lunge. Draw your feet together. Back to that extended pyramid like we did at the beginning. Nose towards your knee as you begin to straighten that front leg. That back heel presses down. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, rocking back. One more time. Rocking forward. Plant your palms, front foot to meet the back in plank. Wide plank, so your feet are wide. Your hands are a little narrow, like right underneath your, like a little closer than shoulder width. You can do this from your knees as well. We're going to do opposite hand to shoulder. So keeping midline stability, nothing shifts. Right hand to left shoulder and back down. Same thing, opposite side, left hand to right shoulder and back down. See if you can keep your hips from rocking at all. Again, opposite and down, opposite and down. One more time, right to left and left to right. Back to a normal plank. You can add some push-ups, move through a back bend, or go straight to downward dog. Choose your own adventure to get there. Second side, lifting your left heel up and back. Exhale, left foot between your hands, pivot the back foot, warrior two. Second side, front knee bends, feet are pulling together, arms are stretching away. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Again, reverse, keeping a bend in that front knee. Exhale, side angle. Coming back to warrior two, inhale, exhale, cartwheel your hands, framing your front foot. From knees or toes, our final push-ups, I'm gonna call 10 today. It's a lot of push-ups today. From your knees, you can take child's pose, whatever feels right for your body right now. When you're done, we're gonna meet in plank. Inhaling at the top and exhaling all the way down to your belly. Extend your arms at your side, lifting up into locust pose. Chest lifts forward and chin gazing forward. Shoulder blades together and down towards your back, down towards your spine. Keeping your low ribs down, maybe lift your feet up off the mat. Staying here or maybe finding bow pose if you have this game in your practice. Holding onto the tops of your feet. Pressing your feet into your hands, hands into feet, shoulder blades come together. Keeping your knees pressing together like you're squeezing a grapefruit. Your core is still on, those low ribs are still down. Lifting your chin, lifting your chest. Wherever you are, one more big inhale, and exhale, release completely. Making your way back to downward dog. From your knees, toes, all the way back. Next time you inhale, right heel lifts, bending your knees, stacking into scorpion dog. You can twist your torso if that feels okay, or keep your chest pressing towards your thigh. So your upper body is downward dog. Inhale here, and exhale, bring your right foot on the outside of your right hand. The back knee can come down, moving into lizard pose. If this stretch does not work for your body, find something else where you're feeling like we're winding things down. So this is more restorative and less heat building. Draw that back knee forward, so it's a big stretch. We don't want to hang out in a stretch. So drawing your knee forward towards the front of your mat will also build strength and stability in the joint. Maybe rolling that inner arch of your foot up toward the ceiling, maybe coming down onto your forearms. Pressing up and back to half splits. So your hips come towards your back heel. Maybe the front toes lift. Maybe they point. Maybe they do both. Making your way back to downward dog. Same thing, second side. Left heel lifts, bending your knee, heel toward your butt. Scorpion dog. Stacking your hips, maybe turning your torso. Maybe not. Check in with your body. What feels better? What feels best? What does your body need right now? Big inhale. Exhale, bring your left foot on the outside of your left hand. That back knee can stay up or come down. That front inner arch can rotate up. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. Taking care of your body. Doing what's best for your body. Only you know. Draw your back knee forward so you're strengthening and stabilizing as well as stretching. Pressing your hands back up if they weren't already and shifting into half splits. Hips come toward that back heel. Maybe toes lift and point. And from here, making your way to tabletop. And then swing your legs around so you're seated with your feet out in front of you. From here, moving into boat pose. So your spine is nice and tall. Your hands can either be holding onto the backs of your thighs or down on either side of your hips for support. So what we want to avoid is round. So whatever it looks like for you to keep your spine nice and tall, maybe your heels are still on your mat, maybe your toes, or maybe you can lift. So it's core strength. So your hands, whatever you need them for support, maybe you don't need support, maybe your knees are bent, shins parallel, maybe your legs are straight. Lots of maybes. This is high boat. We're going to move into low boat. So extend just like that hollow body hold we did at the beginning. So here you're more hollow, right? There's a little bit of a round like a banana. And back to high boat. Nice and long in your spine. Chest is open. One more time, back to low boat. Option to extend your arms up, tracking your ears into a hollow body hold. Back to low boat. And back to high boat. Spine is long, chest is open. Feet come down and roll all the way down onto your back. Holding onto your thighs for support, slowing yourself down with your hands, or using the strength of your core, rounding down one vertebra at a time till you're all the way down. Setting up for bridge pose. So your heels are close enough to your hips that your knees are stacked right over your ankles. And everything is hip width apart. Press down through your heels to lift your hips up. And then that downward heel motion becomes a pull back motion. So draw your heels towards your shoulders and press your knees toward the front of the room. So there's an opposite action there. Walking your shoulder blades closer together underneath your back so there's an opening across your collarbone, opening through your chest. If you want to clasp your hands, if you have that ability, that mobility, pressing your hands or your arms down into the mat, open your chest more, opening your chest more than a back bend. Keep pressing your knees away. Option to hold here, or placing all the weight on your left foot, lift your right foot up, maybe extend your right foot up toward the ceiling. Keeping your hips elevated. Maybe lower your right thigh so it's parallel to the left. Hold, keeping your hips up high. Right leg lifts straight up and back down. Press your hips back up if they've dropped, and we'll switch sides. All the weight's on your right foot. Maybe the left foot lifts, maybe the left leg extends, lifting your hips. Lower so your thighs are parallel and hold. Soften your face, soften your breath, finding the ease with the effort. Left leg lifts up, presses down, hips lift again. Release your hands if you have them clasped, shoulder blades back where they were. Come up onto your toes, your heels lift. Inhale here and exhale all the way down to so your spine is on your mat. When your tailbone touches, your heels come down, gently rocking your knees side to side. Drawing both your knees into your chest. Maybe your tailbone lifts. Stacking your knees over your hips, and together they drop to the right. Left arm opens to the left and your gaze follows. So if this isn't your favorite spinal twist, do your favorite. Whatever works best in your body. Maybe extend your top leg long and gently press down with your right hand. So your gaze, your nose is pointing to the left and your toes are pointing to the right. It might look different for you, but that's the idea. Draw your knees back to your chest and switch sides. Knees to the left, right arm opens, gaze follows. Maybe extend your right leg. And notice your nose is pointing one way and your tailbone or your feet are pointing the opposite. Making your way back to center, hug both knees in. If there's a pose that you'd like to finish your practice with, take a moment to do that now, whatever that is. Maybe you want more of an inversion. Maybe you need something else for your spine or your thighs. I love finishing with happy baby personally, holding onto the outer edges of your feet. Feet are flexed up toward the ceiling and your knees are driving down towards the floor, pressing your low back into the mat, and then release. Maybe rocking side to side. If you have the ability, the mobility, maybe extending one leg and then the other. You can hold on to your shin. Maybe you can still reach up onto your feet or your toes. Maybe both legs, and relax. And whenever you're ready, finding yourself in a comfortable resting position, something that requires no energy. Some place where you can allow yourself to just be in your body without movement, letting your thoughts float wherever they want, allowing them to be whatever they are, and holding on to nothing. Maybe do a body scan first, and with your breath, releasing the tension maybe you have in your jaw, maybe you came back in your brow, maybe the bottoms of your feet or your hands, and release with your exhale. And then release your exhale, allowing your body to just go where it wants to go. Feel free to turn this off and stay here as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come back from wherever you drifted, come back first with your breath. Full inhales, letting your belly and your chest rise, and long exhales all the way to the bottom. Next time you exhale, open your mouth and sigh it all out. Extending your arms up overhead, fingertips and toes away from one another. And then drawing your knees into your chest when you're ready, nice and gentle, rolling onto your side and pressing yourself up to a seated position. keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft, staying in this place for a few more moments. Let this experience really seep into your cells, the way that tea steeps in hot water, changing things. Allow this past hour to change you the way that hot water changes into tea. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly believe that the act of self-care is a true act of self-love, and this really is essential business. And the love in me sees and honors and is so grateful for the love